Caroga. Qapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. False good, important things are giving you peace.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to MomOPrey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hello world, it's MomOPrey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday. Oh man, April 19th, 2021. It has been a tough weekend, and my head is, it's not killing me, but it's not great. It's been a rough couple days. And yes, I'm a couple minutes late, sorry. And a big thank you to John Araki, who put in $1 during the opening credits and got us our kissing Dax during the credits. And thank you for that, John Araki. And then thank you, the Random Menace, Qapla Future Man, for his €2 super chat. And says, I could watch Kissing Dax all day. We might just do a Kissing Dax stream one day. I'll just let it run. See what happens. Yeah, so thank you. That was, I wasn't expecting Kissing Dax during the opening credits. Not Ryan Johnson was first as far as I could see. Says, hello in Qapla. Hail Caroga. Hail not Ryan Johnson. Thank you so much. Long time member of the channel with that blue 5 next to his name. Dan23 says hi, welcome Dan. KG313 says Bird of Prey. It was nice knowing you. No, just kidding. You'll be fine. Qapla, my friend. Yes, it is Vaccine Day Eve. I thought we had a little bit of a reprieve when they paused the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that we were scheduled to get. MomOPrey and I were scheduled to get for tomorrow. But dang it, wouldn't you know it, they called us today and said they could come with the Moderna vaccine tomorrow. So we feel pressured into getting it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if they'll give it to me after I tell them I haven't been feeling good the last few days, but if they do, they do. We'll see. But I do expect that probably 18 hours from now or so, between 9 and 2 p.m. Eastern, they're expected to just come and stick us. And Uncle Remus says, make sure you get the shot in the arm. They don't use the in the arm that you don't use as your arm will be sore for a couple of days. Well, I was thinking about that. I'm guessing it'll be in my left arm because I use that a lot less, as I only have really 2 working fingers on that hand, and I'm a righty, but I don't know. I mean, well, hopefully it works out. And Professor Brainy Specs with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Professor. Says, hail Caroga, trash canistan, help. Bird brainwashed me. Hail Caroga, what am I saying? Yeah, I saw what you wrote. Oh my God, Professor Brainy Specs got the kissing Dax too. Holy shit, another super chat and another kissing Dax. The chances of getting kissing Dax via super chat is really low. And today is definitely the day to play the lottery, people. Especially Professor Brainy Specs and John Araki. Maybe I should too. That is not supposed to happen, to get them back to back like that so quickly. But I did see when you were asking, where's Andrea, that you wanted help to get to Trash Canistan. I think Andrea has forsaken us. I don't know. She answers tweets, but I haven't seen her in a while in the streams. I hope everything is okay with her. I mean, I'm assuming she's okay. She does answer tweets. I'm sure she's just busy. KG313, yeah, nice knowing me. And nice that you're here, KG313. Usually I read your comments after the fact. DD Myers is hail Caroga, hail Caroga. Magos is good for you for getting the vaccine. Thank you. I hope so. Dan 26 said, did you see the new Marvel film trailer for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings? It's part of the cinematic universe. I saw that there was a trailer, but I didn't watch it. Because I didn't realize that it was part of anything. DD Myers says good luck with it, and asked Dan what he thought of the trailer. Sci-Fi Nation, Qapla Sci-Fi Nation, who put out recent videos playing Star Trek Online, says, greetings, MomOPrey, MomOPrey, Sassy O'Prey, Chucky O'Prey, Sis O'Prey, and fellow nerds. Long live the God Emperor MomOPrey, and as always, hail Caroga. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Nation. Dee says, greetings to Sci-Fi Nation. Saul Leibowitz, agent to the stars, says, MomOPrey, Qapla, what did MomOPrey promise you? If you were a big boy, it didn't cry when you got your vaccination shot. McDonald's kids meal, a new Star Trek model, Carogan action figures. I really didn't like needles as a kid. Really didn't like needles. I don't think she promised me anything. I think in the old days, the doctors used to give you lollipops or something. Did you ever have to? No, she didn't. Oh.
The doctor would take you last.
Right, the doctor used to take me last so that there were no other people in the office, so they didn't hear me scream because I would scream so loud you would think he was pulling my teeth or something without Novocaine. I know he's a doctor. And he used he used the butterfly needle to take blood, which is what they use for babies. It took forever to get the blood to come out, but it was the smallest possible needle. Now they just stick me and stick me and stick me. Whatever. Sci-Fi Nation says, I think MomOPrey is chinsing out on us. All we've got to do is look at while the wait is canceled icon for YouTube video. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Of course, the one day I forgot to double check the icon was valid. It was the gray icon, and this is for all YouTube streamers. YouTube has been having a big problem with your thumbnail images, like a Resolute Germ. If you check yours, if you schedule a stream an hour or a day or 3 days out, and you think you've set the thumbnail, you've got to actually go to the stream and check the thumbnail, because like in my case, you guys were seeing that awful gray YouTube default thumbnail for 45 minutes. And that was, I always check it, but I was in such today, not in such a great mood that I forgot to check it. And of course, I had that gray shitty thumbnail until about 2 minutes before I started. I went back and I filled in some of the info, and I was like, oh shit, I had to fix the thumbnail. The way you do it is you go to your video settings, you edit the thumbnail to something else, and then you edit it back to the original thumbnail you want, and it fixes it. I've never had it not work once I've resaved it. But you do have to change it to something else and then change it back. If you keep it the same, it doesn't update. Moxley fan says, Bird, where's the ... Professor says, Qapla, Professor Brainy Specs. Yeah, no thumbnail. Sorry about that, Moxley. Dee Myers says, Professor Brainy Specs and Moxley, good afternoon. And big possibility to Sci-Fi Nation. Moxley fans, Bird of Prey, Qapla Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well. Where's the ... Well, we got the thumbnail. Sci-Fi Nation says, if anyone likes Star Trek Online mission playthroughs, I uploaded the first edited cut from last night's stream. The second is uploading as I type this. Very cool. Moxley says, thumbnail's gone. Rock solid production. Says hashtag Bird's late, and I'm sorry. Too many okay. Hashtag Bird didn't get me anything for my birthday. Hashtag Discovery is better than Lower Decks. Hashtag Lower Decks sucks. Hashtag pound sign. Hashtag Hail Bunnyland. Hashtag Hail on Caroga. Hashtag Revoke Bird's BOP's nerd card. Hashtag Dear Bop and hashtag Riots be coming. And thank you so much, John D, with a $5 donation. Says good health to you and your house. Thank you. It means a lot. Yeah, health is... Oh man, health is like oxygen. You don't appreciate it until you don't have it. 47 Yorktown says, good afternoon from Eastern Canada. Qapla, 47 Yorktown. Moxley says, hello to Rock Solid, whose premiere I was at today, just a few minutes late. Sci-Fi Nation says, CRIs, CRTs, CRs are awesome. Do you mean CRTs? Yeah, there was CRTs. That's debate on Rock Solid's premiere today over CRT televisions. Rock Solid, as usual, who hates the original series and hates Lower Decks, also thinks CRT televisions suck. I mean, the man can be so consistently wrong. It's amazing. Even you would think he'd get something right by accident. Rock Solid says, and hello. Sci-Fi Nation says, haha, just funning with you. Moxley says, guys, there's no thumbnail. Sorry about that. Dee says, hello, good afternoon to 47 Yorktown. John DeMarco says, Bird of Prey, hope you feel better soon. Thank you so much, John DeMarco. I do too. Let's put it this way. I'm definitely better than I was 2 days ago. I'm probably about the same as I was yesterday. Yesterday was a big improvement from the day before. I really thought I was going to be 100% better or 95% better today, considering how much better I got from one day to the next. Sci-Fi Nation says, is Bird canceled? I hope not, Sci-Fi Nation. I hope not, but it could happen. It could happen. Apparently, Texas is creating a law that they won't let big tech cancel you. So, I don't know. I might have to find my way to Texas, which is not going to be easy, but it could be the only state in the country where you won't legally be allowed to be canceled for your political views. Rock Solid says, hey to Sean. Moxley fan says, there's no thumbnail. Rock Solid says, I saw one, but for some reason there's no image placeholder. Sci-Fi Nation says, I think Turtistan hacked Bird's channel. No, wasn't hacked. And I wasn't canceled yet. Hashtag canceled life, says Sci-Fi Nation. Commodore Ty says, hello all. Qapla. Commodore Ty. Professor Brainy Specs says, cancel Professor Brainy Specs. Oh, I refuse. If for some reason, guys, like I close the camera and I mute the mic, just know I have good reason to do it, and it probably involves stuff coming out of my mouth the wrong way. Yeah, nobody wants to cancel Jeff, Professor Brainy Specs. Absolutely, Sci-Fi Nation. Professor Brainy Specs says, greetings to DD, and oh, I can think of someone. Well, everybody can think of someone. And Professor says, trust me, DD, there's one person in particular that does. I don't even think that person really cares that much about you, Professor. Not that they don't care about you, but that I don't think they want to cancel you. But who knows? Maybe you're thinking of somebody different than I am. What's that? Dee Myers says, Commodore Ty, nicely done with your welcome. Oh, Commodore Ty says, thanks to you all. Up past 200 subs, continuing to grow the channel. Congratulations to Commodore Ty, passing his 200 subscriber goal a few days before his birthday. Congrats again, Commodore Ty. Professor Brainy Specs hates migraines. I don't think I can call this a migraine. It's not that bad. It's just annoying. I'm not somebody who usually gets headaches. I know you do, Professor, and I'm sure I feel like I don't mean to complain when it's nothing compared to what you feel, but it's not something I've usually had to deal with. Of all the other things, don't get me wrong, there's plenty, but headaches were never usually one of them. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla, brother, warrior, hail Caroga, hail Caroga. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, did you have a Carogan potion to rid me of this migraine? If you mix ketchup, orange juice, and milk together, you get something that looks surprisingly like strawberry quick, but I don't know if it has any medicinal value at all. But it's something worth trying. Rock Solid says, hashtag late pray, late pray, hashtag Bert won't even be live by 5, hashtag fail, hashtag Bird would be late again, hashtag Bird has being late down pat, hashtag Bird should try something new like being early. I've been early a number of times, Rock Solid. Jedi Nation is now getting Sci-Fi Nation, Jedi Nation. That's a combination of Jedi Bill and Sci-Fi Nation. Sci-Fi Nation says, hashtag Bird's late, hashtag Turtistan canceled Bird. Now he's getting in on the hashtag thing. Dee says, the Jedi Bill, Qapla, brother warrior. Professor Brainy Specs says, to trash can. Yeah, you want to go to trash canistan. I got it. Bradley Briggs says, YouTube not sending out notifications, trying to protect Bird from being late. Qapla, Bradley Briggs. Yup, zup, Bradley. Thank you for coming, unfortunately. You know, I started this only, I thought I set it for like 44 minutes before I set it up, which is usually enough to get the 30-minute. Oh, you know what? I bet I set it only for 35 minutes. Son of a bitch. But usually that's enough to get the 30-minute notification. Oh, well. Professor Brainy Specs says, hail Caroga, hail Caroga. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. NB Geeks, let's talk. Qapla. with a $2 super chat says, look at that sexy, strong man. Where? Oh, me. That's slightly awkward, NB. And maybe you're looking at someone else. Maybe there was some. Oh, it's Captain Kirk in the picture back there. Maybe, hopefully. But I appreciate the super chat, NB Geek. You may want to get your eyes checked. Hail, Caroga. Absolutely. William Jackson says, ahoy, all. Ahoy, ahoy, William Jackson. And then it jumped. So we got to look for ahoy. There it is. William Jackson says, hail to DD and Jedi. Professor Brainy Specs looks at Changeling Martok. And Deej donated $1. Says NB Geek, NB needs to stop looking in my windows. Yeah, you're looking at Deej too much, NB. I could believe it. Sci-Fi Nation's really Bird of Prey. You're already late, bud. What's with the timer? Are your eggs on a timer? We always start with the countdown. We always start on the Bird of Prey 5 channel. We start with the countdown. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. Which vaccine did the Carogan that doesn't work, or the 2 shots? Bird of Prey. Which vaccine, the Carogan that doesn't work, or the 2-shot good one? The Moderna, which is a 2-shot one, which I assume means that they're going to schedule another appointment in 3 or 4 weeks from tomorrow. But honestly, they didn't tell us that. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. William Jackson is hailing to Professor Brainy Specs. Sci-Fi Nation is hailing Caroga. D.D. Myers says, look at Bird of Prey, the dancing man. And this was still during the credits playing. Rock Solid says 449 is not 445. It's close enough. John Araki got the double Dax intro. You sure did. Well done. Random Menace super chat. Thank you again, Random Menace. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. You being late. What's new? William Jackson says Qapla. And Captain Drax says hello. Hello, guys. William Jackson says more likes, please. That's always helpful. And says hail to Captain Track. Sci-Fi Nation's Bird of Prey. Almost all the 5s were blue when you rolled out your memberships in November. Most of them are. The OG members have the blue 5s. And then we got DD's got the green. Professor Brainy Specs has an orange. So the colors, Jedi Bill's got a green. The colors are breaking up. Are whatchamacalliting. The colors are multiplying. NB Geeks, let's talk with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, NB Geeks. Let's talk. Says, spoiler, it's me and my wife. We know enough about you to have nothing but total respect for your strength and charisma. It is infectious. It is infected in a good way. Oh, thank you, NB. And Mrs. NB. I appreciate it. And Professor Brainy Specs, it's orange is a great color. Hail Trash Canistan. Wow. If you like Trash Canistan so much, we should move there. But we would miss you, Professor. Super Blubberpuss. Qapla Super Blubberpuss says, Bird of Prey. Hail, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you here, Super Blubberpuss. Professor Brainy Specs is Bird of Prey. Andrea told me yesterday that she should be on the streams again soon. Very cool. Moxley fans is only Oreo Nabisco. Ding. Hope we've got some retro ads today. Probably because I need to take my pills soon. Carlos has praised the soup to Jedi Bill. Enjoy a good brew of Captain Track. And as always, hail Caroga. Hail Caroga. John Aragi says Bird is going to get the Moderna brand alien mind control nanites. You know what? Whatever. As long as they say I'm not going to own anything, but I'll be happy, I'll just take the being happy part. I'm done. I'm done fighting for what's right. Just make me happy. William Jackson says I don't like him as an adult. WTF. Oh, you don't like the retro ads as adults? As an adult? That's sad. Carlos says, wow. John Araki says, coming soon, Berto Prey 6 with new COVID resistance and less hair. Now, if I lose my hair because of the vaccine, somebody's getting sued. I don't care that they've got blanket, yeah, what's that? Not impeachment. Blanket immunity. Somebody's getting sued if I lose my hair. Star Trek Nitpickers says Qapla, Tracksters, Qapla. Star Trek Nitpickers. Dan says I deleted my previous comment because it had the wrong Marvel phrase number. Carlo Albanese says, whose thumbnails do you get? Are they from orphan miners or are they from another source? I mean, my thumbnails are mostly custom made, but I have little assets in there like the bird of prey or something, or the Klingon symbol that I just get from Google. Like today's thumbnail was the COVID was just something I got from Google, but then I added Eve to it on the font. So COVID vaccine Eve. Sci-Fi Nation with a $5 super chat. Oh man, thank you so much, Sci-Fi Nation. And says, remember, smash that thumbs up till it turns blue and give Birdo Prey a reason to feel good. Hail Caroga. Hail Caroga. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Nation. I appreciate it. Carlo Albanese says, yeah, I don't take thumbnails from the miners, if that's what you're asking. William Jackson lolls at Dan. Dave G Sound. Hail Caroga. Hail Dave G Sound. Where are we? Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, you were half late and CRT suck. Where are we? Texas is sounding nice, says John DeMarco. William Jackson says, can't remember poop. I'm sorry to hear that, William Jackson. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. Why is Caroga dumping snow in the northern plains this week? That's not Caroga. That's climate change, I guess. Rock Solid says, because it's always changing. Rock Solid says, William Jackson, CRS also sucks, but CRTs are terrible, too big, too heavy, too much heat to thrown off. Wow. John Araki says, Dear Twitch, Bird of Prey still uses misleading thumbnails. Please cancel. Thanks, the ANTI tracker. Actually, you don't get to specify a thumbnail on Twitch. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey is going to become mega rich. Mega made. Oh my god. He's going from suck to blow. That was not where I thought that was going. John Araki says, hashtag free Apu. Holy crap, a third kissing Dax. Carlos donated $1 and said, hail on Caroga, happy birthday, dear leader of Turtistan, anti-trekker tomorrow. Yes, and thank you so much, Carlos. And thank you for the kissing Dax. Tomorrow, April 20th, not just the birthday of a bad guy in Germany, not just a holiday for the hippies, also anti-trekker's birthday. Also, someone else's birthday, but I can't quite remember. I know this whole week we have birthdays after birthdays after birthdays. We've got Thomas, we've got Deej, we've got Commodore Ty, Wesley, yes, Wesley, and I think more. I've got a. Oh man, there's a lot of birthdays. That's all I know. For whatever reason, 9 months ago, a lot of nerd parents decided to do it. Rock Solid said Vertebrae is going to become Mega Mate. Yeah, no, I'm not going from suck to blow. John Araki also wants free Gina. John Araki says, so canceling people on the internet like book burning and arresting people for their political view. I thought America fights against things like that. My bad. Well, we fight against the government doing it, but when it's companies, they have wide latitudes. Sci-Fi Nation's Bird of Prey, little Sci-Fi came home early today with a bad headache. School nurse said no fever. He usually doesn't get headaches. Oh, I'm sorry for little Sci-Fi. I hope he's okay. William Jackson says mustard. Mustard? Rock Solid says you could put mustard in there too, I guess. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey, you've been early beyond that one time with the dancing girl you rented. No, I've been early on YouTube a number of times. Deej Odyssey says, don't get the shot. It's a trick. It's to tender you up for eating by the alien. Oh, whatever. Then at least somebody gets to enjoy it. Carlo Albanese says, how is Andrea Seabrook not seen for a long time? She says she's been busy. She's got things going on. Carlo Albanese says, hail Caroga, hail Caroga. Thank you. Dee Dee Meyer says, howdy to Deej. Carlo says, bed life. It's a stream by Birdo Prey 5. Should be the intro for bed life. I mean, it is, but that's a kind of a long intro. Captain Track says, oh, yeah, it's kind of, well, an intro for the bed life instead of, I was thinking Dear Bop. The problem is that once in a while I play that song and I get a copyright claim. I've got to fight it. Most of the time I win, but I wouldn't want to put it on every stream. Deed says it's all rain so far, Josh. Pflugerville says, hola people, Qapla Pfluger. Sci-Fi says, Deej is getting snow. Time to shoot a rainbow corn vid in the snow. Yep. Brandon Wolf, hail all Qapla. Brandon Wolf, good to see you. What do we got? Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, orange is a great color. Hail Trashcanistan. Yeah, especially for glasses, says John DeMarco. Star Trek Nitpicker says, I thought it said Vacation Eve. No. I mean, I don't think it did. No, Vaccination Eve. Vacation Eve, that would be nice. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, has Akiva Goldsman earned the ire of Caroga? Will he do better than Kurtzman? Considering everything he's done has been total garbage in Star Trek, I doubt he's going to be any better, but we'll give him a chance. We'll see what happens. Professor Benny Speck says you should get the Pfizer, and I now have 3 tongues. I don't really have a choice in the matter. It's what they bring. NB Geek says, what's best in life? To crush SJWs, to see them driven from our culture, and to hear the lamentation of their CEOs. Very good. Yes, I heard that one last night or yesterday. Very, very well done. Change. Dee Dee Myers says John DeMarco's Star Trek nitpickers howdy. Dan says, did you hear the new rumor about Star Trek shows having a crossover event? I'd heard something about that a while ago. I wouldn't be surprised. Once you build a universe, then you cross things over. Commodore Ty says 36 watching, 20 thumbs up. Hit that like button. Thank you, Commodore. Captain Trax says, Commodore Ty, we could hit you and leave a like on. We could hit you and leave a like in the stream. Lol. Well, I mean, if you want to hit Commodore Ty, that's between you and him. Dan says, I use the YouTube app, and when you hit the like button, it goes black, not blue. Interesting. Sci-Fi says, CRTs throw off heat. Ever had a 55-inch plasma? Yeah. CRTs don't really give off all that much heat. I mean, we grew up with CRTs. We never worried about the heat they threw off. Carlos says, who's this Carlos? Sounds Spanish. Carlos donated $1. That's the name that was in the donation. If that was a typo, then thank you, Carlo. But I read the name as it was presented to me. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey is Carogan snow cocaine or ash from the orphan crematorium. No, it's snow is snow is snow. It's water. It's frozen ice. It is what it is. Bradley Briggs says, Bird of Prey, did you see that YouTube sponsored a video giving its own CEO, Susan Wojcicki, a free speech award? I saw something like that, I think, from the Quartering or wherever. I didn't watch the video. I just saw the thumbnail. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. When is AOC's birthday? I don't know, and I don't care. Surprise, surprise. Should I care? I'm not sure, John Araki. We can look it up later. Roxanne says Deej's birthday is this week. For Bird of Prey not to get something. Bird of Prey to not get something for like he did for me. Well, I wasn't planning on getting Deej anything for his birthday. But now that you said it, maybe I should. Nitpicking Nerd, Qapla Nitpicking Nerd says, everyone were at home a year ago. That's why we have a baby boom now. No, not now. I meant we had a lot of people in our community that was born this week. Holy crap! Another kissing Dax. Deej donated another $1 and says, forgot, all bow down to the king of Name That Tune. Bow down. Congratulations, Deej. I assume that means you won. You put Tom in his place. Congrats to Deej. But yeah, no, Nitpicking Nerd, there's just a lot of, 30, 40, 50-year-olds who have birthdays this particular week. So it just seems like a strange pattern. Yes, dear Bop. I'll get there. I'll try to get there. Darren Wagner, Qapla Darren, says if CRTs were high definition, I would consider getting one over a flat panel. In Wisconsin, a little extra heat in your living room isn't a bad thing most of the year. I think they made some HD CRTs in the early days. I'm not sure. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Would Caroga support me with checking how much CO2 and oxygen there is in the world with all these forest fires? I mean, you're welcome to try and check. I don't know how you would measure it for the whole world. Let's see. Darth Maul says, lol, build a universe like Secret Hideout has done. Yeah. Well, Star Trek universe. Nitpicker says, howdy to the Klingons. Carlo Albanese says, Bird of Prey, I'm not Carlos. I don't know who that is. That is a nice name, though. Don't you agree, Deej? Jedi Bill says hello to Deej. And Putin put in $1 and got eyebrow dax and says, you're welcome, Deej, for sending you the answers last night. I love helping people cheat, but for some reason I forgot in November. Hail Caroga. Hail Caroga. I guess Deej has to thank Putin for his victory. Piano Dean's in the house. Qapla, Piano Dean. Piano Dean, so you put out a video. Piano Dean says, copyright claims suck. If anyone is interested after Bird stream, check out my piano cover of Jerry Goldsmith's theme from Star Trek First Contact. Yes, check it out. Please, Piano Dean. Guys, if you haven't already, you should definitely subscribe to Piano Dean's channel. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Brother Warrior, hail Caroga, hail Caroga. Darth Maul says, it's a kissing Dax orgy. Yeah, we got a bunch of them today. Deej says, no, Bird of Prey, I put Commodore Ty in his place. Ah, okay. Understood. Yes, well, congrats anyway, Deej. Congrats anyway. Carlo Albanese says, hail Caroga. Nitpicking Nerd says, I make a lot of mistakes like that. I often leave them in the videos for comedic effect. Oh. He said, in the Star Trek Picard, they changed the name of the androids to synths because they didn't want to be confused with Android phones. That's possible. Professor Brainy Spec says, Piano Dean is awesome. He absolutely is. And Deej says, toy with the first round, take them down in the second. That's how it's done. I thought you were supposed to take them down as quickly as possible. You toyed around with them last time and you made a mistake. Okay, so I'm going to put on a commercial. I'm going to take my pill. And then we'll come back and we'll do some Dear Bops. Sound like a plan? I hope so.
One of the nice things about McDonald's Chicken McNuggets, those hot, tasty pieces of boneless chicken, is that they're packaged in sizes for every appetite. Let me illustrate. Enter the six-pack. A logical lunch. McNuggets 9, a delight for dinner. And a pack of 20? Hey, perfect for picnics and parties. Of course, these are mere suggestions. Your appetite will be the true guide.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
You're feasting your eyes on the 6-meal cake. Streusel Swirl from Pillsbury. Meal number 1, a fancy feast for your company. Number 2, a yummy dessert for your kids. 3, a breakfast cake to make you forget coffee cake. 4, a lunchbox cake that doesn't all stick to the wrapping. 5, the best break a coffee break ever had. 6, dessert the second night, still firm and fresh. Streusel Swirl, the sensational 6-meal cake.
Right from the moment.
Here's where it all started. The history will blow you away.
Right from the arts.
The symphony and the ballet. There's a lot to fit in.
Right from the legend.
Are you the legend? Nah, he's the legend. Hey, I'm just marvelous.
Right from the heart.
To be part of Boston's exciting new spirit, just call 1-800-858-0200.
It'll cheer you right up. Boston is right from the start.
Kodak introduces the extraordinary Kodamatic Trim Print Instant Color Film. Unlike the ordinary instant print, the extraordinary trim print lets you lift off the image to capture the color just the way you like it. And now look how slim I am. I slip easily into places the ordinary bulky instant doesn't fit. So you can keep me in style here in your album with your regular pictures. You can trim me. Watch it. And I'm so thin you can put me where you couldn't put an ordinary instant picture. You can show me off. You can do all kinds of things with me that you can't do with an ordinary instant picture. Here I am, with the new Kodomatic trim print.
Okay, I'm sorry. I hate that commercial. I gotta take it out. It's too long a commercial, and it's boring. The Kodomatic instant camera. It was funny the first time I watched it, and it's easily my least favorite commercial in there. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, have you heard the rumor that Picard Season 2, they want to use the Nexus? I wouldn't be surprised. To me, Captain Kirk is still alive in the Nexus. Sci-Fi Nation says, Deej, Odyssey, careful now. Bird might think them fighting words. That's right. Deej said something about, he said, Bird couldn't even beat me if it was all Frank Sinatra songs. But I tell you what, that's true. I really wouldn't have been able to beat him. Super Blubberpuss says, Bird of Prey, have you heard about the treaty countries are going to sign regarding weapons in space? No, I have not, but treaties never stopped anybody from doing anything. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let's head over to Dear Bop. Dear Bop. Would help if we open the... There we go. Okay. Super Blubberpuss asks Nitpicking Nerd, how are they going to explain Guinan and I suppose Q from being old and fat? Yeah. Dear Bop, Derek Chauvin, guilty or not guilty? I mean, my personal opinion or what the jury's going to roll? Honestly, I can't imagine them coming back with anything but guilty, which is a shame because, let's put it this way. I don't think he's guilty of first-degree murder. I really don't. Maybe manslaughter or third degree. And I saw... Listen, when I first saw the video of what happened, I was like, hang him. We don't even need a trial. But, well, that was a joke. But I was like, I was 100% sure he was guilty. However, in the trial, the fact that it looks like the technique he used was what he was trained to use, and then the fact that the guy was full of drugs, and it's reasonable doubt is what it is. And I have a hard time that if it was truly a fair trial, I think they've met the burden of reasonable doubt. Which sucks, but our justice system is meant to see 100 guilty people go free than one innocent person go to prison. So that's just the way it's meant to be, by definition. So I know it wouldn't be a happy decision, but I would have to say, technically, legally, he should probably be found not guilty. That said, if I was on the jury, first, I probably wouldn't be on the jury because I would have told the judge, I'd like, Your Honor, I don't think I can fairly be on this jury because I know you guys can't protect me after this trial's over. In fact, you won't protect me, and my life would be in danger, depending on the verdict I came back with. So I wouldn't even be on the jury. But if I was, I don't see how they come back with anything but a not guilty. Maybe he gets second degree or third instead of first degree. But They got to come back with guilty something. Or frankly, I would fear for the lives of the jurors, which is very sad, but a reality in 2021. Hell, there was a witness in the case had an old address of his, and that wasn't his current address. An old address of his was attacked by protesters. They dumped pig's blood on his house, and not his old house, and put a pig's head on a pike in his front yard. Again, his front yard, not his front yard. What used to be his front yard, completely scaring, I'm sure, the actual people who live there, who have no relation to him, because they got an old address for him. So this is crazy stuff. You can't have a fair trial if nobody has confidence in the police to protect everybody. So my thought is, yes, he'll be found guilty of something fairly severe. What it is, I don't know. Super Blubberpuss is vertebrae. You can't just tell a judge you won't do jury duty, otherwise everyone try this thing. No, but you can't. No, I've been on a jury. In fact, I've been on a murder trial jury, Super Blubberpuss. And you can absolutely tell the judge. You can tell the judge anything you want. The judge doesn't have to believe you, and the judge doesn't have to release you. But if you honestly and earnestly tell the judge, Your Honor, I can't be fair in this because I fear for my own life. I fear for the life of my family. Then to be frank, even if the judge doesn't let you off, the defense attorney would kick you from the trial using one of his free kicks, because he's not going to want you on the trial. If you're openly admitting to saying you can't be fair, they basically got to kick you from the jury. Maxine Waters donated $1 and says, we will burn Minneapolis to the ground if he is found innocent. It's not inciting violence because I'm a Democrat. I do it all the time. Yeah. Well, regardless of political backgrounds, you can, and there are people who tried to tell the judge, oh, I can't be impartial. And they're like, well, why can't you be impartial? And they were like, I don't know. And the judge was like, yeah, okay, go back and sit down. But if you honestly give a real, well thought out, well versed opinion, the judge will more than likely let you go. The judge can't have you there. And the worst thing that could happen is that it ends up in a deadlocked jury or a mistrial, because, they're going to have you on record as saying, I can't be impartial. So that's like perfect. I mean, well, now even if this goes, you got your mistrial defense. It does absolutely work like that. Super Blood puts that if everyone said they were afraid, they would have to move it to another community. They would have to move the venue. They would just keep moving the venue. They would eventually find, it would take long enough. Eventually, they would find a venue where you would get people who didn't give a shit. It could be, probably a much more conservative venue where people are armed all the time and, are more like come and make my day kind of things, rather than living in the city. Probably wouldn't be good for the prosecutor, but it would happen. On the other hand, there are just as many people who would love to get on the jury so that they can write a book about it later on. So understand, while there's plenty of people, if you're an honest person might say, I can't honestly give a not guilty verdict because I fear for my life, there's also going to be plenty of people who say, I'll get, they won't say it out loud, but completely ready to give the guy a guilty verdict and ready to write a tell-all book about the jury and get, $1 million or something advance. So it's not that everybody in the world is going to be like that, but you have some people who are truly honest. They can totally be honest. Super Blubber says, regardless of the verdict, there will be riots. Oakland, California is already boarding things up. And Professor MomOPrey, the legislature of Texas, is trying to pass a law that will allow open carry in Texas without a permit. I'm a big fan of open carry, although for some reason not a lot of gun people are. Dear Bops, relationships don't work the way they do on television and in the movies. Will they, won't they? And then they finally do, and they're happy forever. Give me a break. 9 out of 10 of them end because they weren't right for each other to begin with. And half of the ones that get married get divorced. Anyway, I'm telling you right now, through all this stuff, I have not become a cynic. I haven't. Yes, I do happen to believe that love is mainly about pushing chocolate-covered candies, and in some cultures, a chicken. You can call me a sucker, I don't care, because I do believe in it. Bottom line is the couples that are truly right for each other wade through the same crap as everybody else, but big difference is they don't let it take them down. Well, that's certainly your opinion to have. I never quite thought about it like that, but I suppose there's some truth in it. Not really a question, but glad to read it for you. Rock Solid says Florida is going to pass an anti-rioting bill. Yes, I saw that. I particularly liked the part about being able to drive through rioters on the street. If you're blocking the street, they can't sue you if if you're afraid for your life and you'd have to drive through people to get away, you can't be sued. That I'm a big fan of. Dear Bob, is it possible to send you an alarm clock? We'd like you to start on time. I have plenty of alarms. Thank you. Dear Bob, tax update. When I used the online software to file our taxes, it said I was due another $100 for a missing partial stimulus payment. I couldn't override this and I filed as it was. Well, this effing $100 is what caused my delay. The IRS backed out that $100 and I'll have my refund hopefully a week from today. Every effing time. My God, congratulations. I hope it works out. I hope you get your refund. I swear to God, tax software forced me a few years ago to take some type of refund from New York State, which I didn't want. But there was no way around it. It said I was due it. And I was like, I don't want it. I did. No. And that, I believe, triggered a tax audit from New York State, which was just a disaster. A paperwork disaster. And it really, really put me down on the tax software, but now I know to keep an eye out and not fill in for refunds I don't think I'm due. Not Loki donated $5 and got the happy baby animation. So thank you, Not Loki. Not Loki says the riots and unrest in some area is normal, but the rest of the country is tired of a lot of this BS. I'm seeing the tide turn. People aren't putting up with the insane actions of a few. Stand tall. Don't take the BS. People are pulling. That is absolutely right. Don't take the bullshit. Okay. And I too have seen the tides turn a bit, even in New York City, which is surprising. I hope so. I hope it continues. The tide continues to turn. And Aravic Saunders put in a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Aravic Saunders. Yeah, I'm afraid there's probably going to be riots either way, but I think there's going to be a lot worse if he turns out to be not guilty. And I haven't been watching TV, so for all I know, they returned a verdict. I haven't checked. I don't think they're going to end up deliberating very long. Like, what's today? Monday. Yeah, I mean, unless they just decide to wait till Friday afternoon because they think it'll be safer for them, but I can't imagine it's going to go. I imagine we're going to get a verdict very soon. I highly doubt it's going to go into next week. Take care, Loki. So it was Loki, or it might have been Loki. Tim Chris says, "Hail, MomOPrey, Qapla. Qapla, Tim Chris." Professor Brainy Speck says, "We aren't seeing some of the emails completely on the screen." Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Thank you, Professor. Super Blubberpuss says, "MomOPrey, they're not riots. They're peaceful protests, according to the crooked media." Sci-Fi Nation says, "I hate Illinois. Nazis, Blue Brothers." Super Blubberpuss says, "MomOPrey, do you think they will sacrifice him just to calm the mobs?" That's what it's looking like. I do, frankly. Like I said, frankly, I'm kind of surprised that they found a jury. Dear Bop, did you ever get gray or white hairs in your boogers when you pick your nose? No, I haven't. Booger hair always tends to be jet black. It's really weird like that. I don't know. I got the same question. Oh, I got something on my phone. Read my last comment. Breaking news. Breaking news 1 hour ago. Michael Dorn tweeted, "Just got the news. Being summoned back into action. Starfleet calls." Oh my God. Oh my God. Is he going to be in Picard season 2? Is he going to be? He said at one point that he wasn't coming back for a short scene, but I mean, if they're paying him enough, he could be in for an episode. There's always a chance the episode could lead to a series. Who knows? Breaking news. Thank you, Deej. Michael Dorn just tweeted. We'll check that out later. Dear Bop, as a YouTube premium subscriber, I find it unacceptable that you run ads during your stream. I pay a premium not to watch them. Stop it. These aren't ads. These are content. These are quality content from the 80s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. This is to make you remember the good old days. It's free. You don't have to pay extra. This will start the Bell riot, says Nitpicking Nerd. Maybe.
We'll deal with what comes tomorrow.
Dear Bob, meh. And what do you say to that? I don't say anything to me. What am I supposed to say to that? Dear Bop, goodbye. Who's leaving? Sci-Fi Nation Bird of Prey paying him enough. What has he actually been in since the TNG movies? Rock Solid says F Illinois. What's the matter with Illinois? Rock Solid. I don't know what Michael Dorn may or may not have been in.
I'm not. I know. I'm your Uncle Buddy. I know. You know, the evil.
And Gary from Rock Solid Production sent a picture and says, I will be as nice to people as they are to me, but if someone is an a-hole to me, the gloves come off and I enjoy wearing the black hat. Even on this one, I held back a little. I wanted to throw out the classic James E. Cornette, thank you, F you, bye. What the hell is this? Meatwad. Spend a fortune to play primitive games on old hardware or emulate them with better technology for free. Decisions. To which Rockside replied, to put a more blunt point on what you're saying, to probably own a piece of copyrighted content or steal it by downloading it illegally off the internet. And then this Meatwad guy said, Rock Solid, when you buy it used, you aren't buying it directly from the company anymore. Most of them don't even offer it for sale anymore. A ton of these games I already purchased brand new but no longer have. Emulation preserves the games, and buying old stuff at outrageous prices is impractical, especially with all the museum curators around. To put it as blunt as possible, you are virtually signaling poophead, and I am just being realistic. To which Rock Solid wrote, it's not virtual signaling, it's piracy. Piracy is piracy is piracy. The fact that you're buying second or third hand has nothing to do with that fact. Just because you don't want to pay for something doesn't mean you have the right to steal it from the internet. You have zero rights to someone else's work. I can't just go download songs off the South legally because Disney has it locked in the vault. Well, I would disagree with that. I have no rights to that content. They own it. Games are no different. Also, you're partially right. I am a dickhead with the ban hammer. You can disagree without being disagreeable. Well, at least, and clearly you can't enjoy the ban. Wow. So Rock Solid, you do not want to go to Rock Solid's channel trying to defend your use of emulation. So yeah, that's sad. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, the judge in the case said about 40 minutes ago that Maxine Waters may have committed an appealable offense. Wow. Varth Mall says, I wonder if they would do a remake of All Good Things. I doubt it. Sci-Fi Nation Bird of Prey, even to emulate anything from N64, GameCube, PS1 onwards, needs much newer hardware in a PC. Either buy the old system or invest in a new PC. Well, you don't need a super PC for N64. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, this is a shithole. I'm sorry, Rock Solid. Bradley Briggs says, wait, you can get games for free. Why do I keep buying them? Thomas Potts says, Rock Solid, thanks for giving the Pirates 2 out of 3 games. Pflugerville says, poop home. And the Random Menace is emulation is MU mutilation. Hashtag free EMU. Oh. Dear Bob, I am one of those people who goes to social gatherings and thinks, would anyone really miss me if I weren't here? What do you think I should do about this? Don't go in the future. Change how I think. Dear Bob, I'm one of those people who goes to social gatherings and thinks, would anyone really miss me if I weren't here? You're still going to social gatherings all this time? I thought most people gave up social gatherings a year ago, maybe more. But I get what you're saying. Yes, the answer is yes, people would miss you. Even if you're at the edge of the table and you're not engaged in active conversation, somebody there cares that you're next to them. Somebody there is takes confidence in the fact that you're there, even if they're not speaking to you. And they might not know it the first time you're not there, or even the second time you're not there. But eventually somebody's going to say, hey, where has so-and-so been? And then they're going to start thinking about it. And then they're going to feel bad that they went that far without thinking about so-and-so not being there. I know, because this has happened personally. Not me being the person who wasn't there, but, it just happens. And honestly, I was a pretty shy guy socially, unless it was like the smallest group of friends that I felt like I could be myself around. When I was with new people, I was very socially distant, and I didn't try to get involved into too many things. When I was even younger, I was like, really, really out there. I mean, I remember kids in my class who were very nice kids would come over and try to get me to socialize at a birthday party or a bar mitzvah or whatever I was at. And I would just sit somewhere in the corner and like, okay, I was here. I didn't know why I was there. I guess because they had to send me an invitation, but it's like I didn't want to. I had my reasons at the time. I was really sensitive to loud music, so I didn't want to be anywhere there was loud music, which for a kid's party is generally where the party is. But I didn't tell anybody that. I just said, oh, I was bored or I was whatever. And people would come out and try to get me to go and socialize. And I didn't. I mean, I appreciated them. But then after months turned into years, they just stopped coming out. I still would go, and I'd still be there, but they learned to give up. Then at some point, I realized I had to take it. Yeah, I had to be proactive about it. And luckily, I got my second wind, if you will, right around the time I was applying for my career, my job, because I tell you, I wouldn't have gotten my job if I was still the guy afraid to go out on the dance floor or whatever. And life changes pretty quick. You gotta take a chance sometimes. You gotta take a chance. And I know what it's like to not want to take a chance. But then after months and years of frankly of loneliness, you're like, you know what? So the F what? What is the worst that's going to happen? And it's really not that bad. And even the worst that happens is still more interesting than sitting on the sidelines. So if you're one of those people that you're not sure if people want you there or not, do something, say something, drop a stick of dynamite, not a real stick of dynamite, but a social stick of dynamite. Confess your love to somebody, or make exclaim something of ridiculousness. Say you hate somebody. I don't know. Do something. Get the spotlight and see what happens. Worst case is they say don't come by anymore, in which case you didn't want to be there to begin with. But more than likely, you'll start something, and you'll find an in. You'll be that guy. And it's okay to be that guy. That guy's pretty cool. That guy people introduce to friends. That guy has a life. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, when I was in high school, I hung out in a large groups of one. Oh man, I was in high school. I had like 2 friends. 2 friends. Darth Maul says, we have our tapestry moment in life. Sci-Fi Native Bird of Prey, here's the second mission from last night STO stream. Empress Selah. Very cool. There's, if you want to watch some STO missions, Star Trek Online missions, Sci-Fi Nation just posted. Rocksolid says, Bird of Prey, I was at a social gathering and shot footage of it 2 days ago. The video went live today. Oh, well, very cool. Wait, it's not that con that you were at. That's not a social gathering. Sci-Fi Nation says, Bird of Prey, here's the first mission and cut from last night's stream. The other should be finished processing as they check for copyrighted material now. Very cool. Professor Brainy Specs, it's Bird of Prey, breaking news. Life with Matthews virtual pub moved to 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. Well, that pretty much goes any hope of me being there. Thank you, though, for the update. Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey. Hello again. Did you hear that the Capitol police officer death from January 6th was ruled natural causes? He had 2 strokes. I'd heard something about that, Thomas, but Jesus, that's it pisses me off because I told people I was debating with on that day or the next day. I was like, no, he didn't get killed at the Capitol. I was like, he went home, or he went to his office, and then he was feeling sick. Then he went to the hospital, and then he died at the hospital. I was like, because people were saying he was beaten to death in the Capitol. I was like, no, nobody was beaten to death in the Capitol. It didn't happen like that. And they were like, fake news, you're lying. Why are you lying? All you people lie. Like, I'm not lying. They says it right here. He wasn't feeling good. He went to his office, and then he went to the hospital. And then it took 6 months or 6 weeks before somebody officially that story got corroborated. It was like corroborated in like first 12 hours. It was being reported. It just wasn't being reported by CNN because it didn't fit their narrative. So anyone with half a brain should have known that guy didn't get beaten to death at the Capitol. Now, don't get me wrong. It's very fishy that he died after the Capitol, and I do believe that it probably had something to do with his death. But he wasn't physically beaten to death, which is what the story was. At this point, honestly, January 6th was just so overblown. I don't even like talking about it. Roxanne says, the hell that wasn't a social gathering. That was a business gathering. Captain Trex's Bird of Prey sitting on the sidelines is safer. A-hole out there will only hurt others. Yes, it's better to take a chance, but never trust anyone too much. Nitpicking Nerd says Toril and his nephew, Lurser's baby, will want to kill Worf. Oh, Lurser, yeah. For shooting the torpedo that killed Lurser and B'Etor. Sci-Fi Nations is Bird of Prey. I never knew that getting slammed between a door and a door frame constituted natural causes. He didn't die there. And like I said, I do believe that it had something to do with what happened there. But he wasn't beaten to death at the Capitol. That's all I'm saying. That was the lie that was being spread. Darren Wagner says, Nitpicking Nerd, Worf being killed on the floor of the council members by Duras family is an alternate future. It could happen, but hasn't been firmly established. And being that he was warned about what would happen, really seems unlikely now. Nitpicking Nerd says, Martok is too old and gets easily overthrown by Toril. And Worf has to step in and stop him and knows he will die because Alexander warned him about it. So maybe he outsmarts him somehow. Maybe Worf calls Picard to help and Picard will use his fencing ability and robot strength to save Worf. He doesn't have robot strength. They also, Goldsmith, was it Akiva Goldsmith, whatever the hell his name is. He admitted in Star Trek Nitpickers did a video on this. He admitted that they're not going to revisit the plot line that Picard is a synth. That's over with. That was just they admitted they didn't know how season 1 was going to end when they started filming. And they said that that the synth story's done. They're not revisiting that Picard's a synth. It's just going to be like he's, Picard again. That storyline is over. So we move on. Dear Bob, what would you rather do? Eat a booger sandwich or take a crap in public? Well, I'm not going to eat a booger sandwich. So if I had to take a crap in public, so be it. I mean, that's really more upsetting for the people watching than for me. Dear Bop, time to sing. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dog? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who? Has it been you, MomOPrey? No, I did not let the dogs out. Sassy, I'm sorry, I did not let you out. Carlo Albanese says, MomOPrey, Q will give Picard a new, younger, better human body so he can have an actor that can do 20 years of Trek. I highly doubt that. But we'll see. Dear Bop, let's sing. No, I'm not singing today. I'm sorry. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, baby got back. So what's your opinion on big butts? What kind of physical appearance do you not like? I prefer bigger boobs than bigger butts. But I don't like overly thin women. That said, I've found women of many shapes, sizes attractive throughout my life. I don't think there's any one type that gets me. Personality makes so much more of a difference than I could ever imagine. To the point that I remember to this day, it was, my first few weeks in college. It was the intro to engineering course. And I sat down behind this woman, and all I could see was the back of her head and her hair. And I didn't know what she looked like, what her face looked like. And I was like, yeah, she's what the hell else was I gonna do? I was like, from the back, she looks pretty hot. I was like, I'd imagine this probably a hot chick. And so the whole class went by. She spoke, but I couldn't see her because I was behind her. Her voice sounded perfectly pleasant. I was like, I wonder what she looks like. So class ended, and she turns around, and I see her face for the first time, and I feel terrible about this, but I almost threw up in my mouth. Oh my God. I was not expecting that. She had the right body shape. She had the right voice. She had nice long hair, but I saw her face and I was like, oh my God. I called her in my brain, and I apologize, God, for being so vain, but I called her in my head, throw mama from the train ugly. I coined it. I coined it in my head that day. That day in Intro to Engineering 101, throw mama from the train ugly became a phrase used in my brain to describe this girl who sat in front of me. That said, over the course of the next few years, we worked closely together on a number of projects. We were in some of the same social circles. We had friends who knew each other. We have friends who were friends with each other. I got to know her very well. And by the time we graduated, I thought she was one of the most attractive women I had gotten to know during my time in college. She didn't do anything. She didn't change her face. She didn't have a facelift. She didn't have a nose job. She didn't have anything happen, magic. The only thing that changed was that I got to know her personally. And she went from throw mama from the train ugly to damn, she's pretty cute. So, yeah, I gotta say, personality can overcome a hell of a lot. Darth Maul had the perfect body for a paper bag over the head. Honestly, that's exactly what I would have said. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, can I have a good, honest conversation with a woman? That's more important than looks. Yeah, you can. I mean, that does play a big, big part. Now, honestly, you're not going to look across a room and see a woman and say, oh, there's a woman that looks like I could have a good long conversation with. You're going to look across the room and say, oh, that's a pretty attractive woman. Maybe I can go strike up a conversation, because that's just the way biology works. Sci-Fi Nation's Bird of Prey's pickup line is just call me Big Bird. Hey, baby. They call me Big Bird. Hey, baby, have you ever seen Caroga? You want to? Oh, God. Super Blubberpuss is Bird of Prey. Love your little tale of true romance. Well, it wasn't true romance because we never even attempted to date or do anything. Frankly, she had boyfriends, so there was I wasn't that interested in her. It become more of a friend than anything else, and I had some other deals going that I was more interested in pursuing, but I gotta say she physically looked better, even though I know she looked the same as the day I saw her the first time. Roxas' Bird of Prey just confirmed is Shallow Hal. I'm not. It's everybody shallow at the beginning. Professor Brainy Specs says Nancy Pelosi says Maxine Waters shouldn't apologize for a confrontational remark. You know, speaking of throw mama from the train ugly. Carlo Albanese says, and she became the blonde beauty with the clip. No, she did not become the blonde beauty I was dancing with. Sci-Fi Nation with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Nation. Says, here's another $5 for being a big good sport about the big bird joke. But it was a good joke. That was a good joke. No, she's not a man, Darth Maul. I'll be honest. She did turn out to be a young Earth creationist. I would not have believed that in 6,000 years. I would not have believed that. That was like the second thing I found out about her. And I was like, oh, this is not. That was still before I got to know her well. I was like, this is just going from bad to worse. No offense to you young Earth creationists, but when you're an 18-year-old engineering student and you think you've got science and math figured out, and like somebody honestly comes and tells you, oh, the Earth is only 6,000 years old, and they're not joking, and you're like, what? You became an engineer? It boggled my mind. But again, by the end, 4 years later, good friend and yeah, nicest person. I don't know about nicest person in the world, but a nice, sweet person. Carlo Albanese says, and she became no, she didn't become the blonde. Thomas Potts is getting sick. Oh no, Thomas. Was it because of something I said? Carlo says, damn, I put in a little. Oh, what happened, Carlo? Carlo says, that's how I got laid last. Hey, lady, you want to see my little Caroga? Super Blubberpuss is Bird of Prey. Maybe you saw her with beer goggles. No, because I really didn't drink. I really didn't drink in college. I didn't drink them like my senior year, and even then it was so little. No, random menace, not all offense to young Earthers. 2021. 21 years ago, I graduated college. My God. My God, 21 years ago. I got a picture. Let me see if I can find it quick enough. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I have it. You guys can see what I was doing probably 20 years ago today. I don't know about today, but 20 years ago. I was still back visiting the university because I still had friends who had 1 year left to go. So I was like the guy who graduated and had a job and then would still come back to the school because not all my friends had graduated yet. Let's see, is it in its own folder? Oh, it's probably under the university. Hawaii Hospital House. Really? Is it not here? Okay. Oh, Miss Hofstra? No. Hmm. Mm. Oh. Oh well. I guess I don't have it somewhere. If people are interested, I'll find it for next time. I doubt people care. Wait. Group picture. I don't know. Okay, forget it. Sorry. Oh well. Darth Maul says both Waters and Pelosi fell from the ugly tree, hitting every godforsaken branch on the way down, then got ran over by a train several miles long. Yeah, Darth Maul. It's quite possible. And Darth Maul says it would have been romantic if you said her boobs were big and round as the earth, and she was a flat earther. She didn't give me any reason to think she was a flat earther. And frankly, her boobs were not particularly large. Sci-Fi Nation says Bird of Prey used to play Backseat of My Jeep by LL Cool J about 21 years ago. This is meant with all due respect. Darth Maul says I graduated from high school 20 years ago this June. So you're 4 years the younger, which means you're coming up on the big 4-0 soon. Unless you were really late in high school. Or early, yes. Dear Bob, I'm not saying that I will ban you if you promote emulation. If you want to do that, fine. But when you start leveling personal attacks of people, including the a-hole, I guess, with the ban hammer, don't be surprised when you get banned. I understand it's a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject at Rock Solid Productions. Dear Bob, I have a friend. I won't say his name, but it rhymes with Lum Ox Solid. and he hates the original Star Trek series. Is there any hope for him, or is he destined to forever be the shambling fool? There's hope. There's hope. He might one day see the light. He just needs to watch more of the original series. More episodes will talk to him, and he will find a new love and appreciation for it, including with hope that I am hopefully well enough this Wednesday to do Deep Space Nine Wednesday, where we're going to watch Trials and Tribulations in full HD. So remember that, people. Wednesday evening, if I am at all physically able, we will be watching Trials and Tribulations in full HD as a tribute to this most wonderful episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine and the original series combined into one. Sci-Fi Nation says, I need more level cushion for the pushing. Of course you do. Dear Bop, take advice from me. Moderna is a good vaccine, pretty much on par with Pfizer. You won the golden ticket with it. Happy for you. Oh, thank you, anonymous internet person. Dear Bob, Michael Keaton will return as Batman in The Flash. Publicist confirms. Excited. Not particularly, because I don't watch The Flash. Not going to start watching The Flash. So. Darth Maul says 39 this September. Seeing 50 down the road is surreal. Lol. Oh, don't bring up 50. I'm 42. I'm not even looking at 50 yet. Phantom Outsider says there's always hope unless you run into an honorary Orta, the Star Trek thing. Commodore Ty says thanks again for all the support. For those who haven't, hope you can sub to my channel, and puts in his link. Please, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to Commodore Ty. His birthday's coming up. He just hit 200 subscribers. We'd like to get him well above that number. And Sci-Fi Nation says, hell yeah, 1989 Batman for the win. Phantom Outsider says, that's the Flash movie. Oh, well. I wasn't planning on watching the Flash movie either, but maybe, I guess, if he's in there. The Random Menace says, I have a 4K TV and I want tribbles better than FHD. Well, I'm sorry. The best I can do is 960p, Yosef. 960p. Phantom Outsider says, an angry Orta. Ornery. Ornery? What? An ordinary person? What the hell's an ornery? I have no idea what that word is. Oh, stubborn. Angry and stubborn. I apologize for that. Phantom Outsider. Apparently it's one of those words I never learned. Dear Bop, to the Bop about what I do not like on women, schlongs. Never going back to Thailand. Yeah, I would say that's a big turn off. Thomas wants DS9 and 87K. Dear Bob, I have this friend who doesn't think we live on a spinning ball in a massive vacuum. Assuming that we've all been deceived about a world in which we live, and this become readily apparent to all, should I ever tell him he was right? Assuming that we've all been deceived about the world in which we live. And this became readily apparent. Well, yeah, if it became readily apparent that he was right, you should absolutely tell him he was right. I mean, you should probably tell everybody, because I would say, not everybody believes that. But if you found proof, even the most even the most brilliant scientists should accept proof. If that proof, destroys their world theory, so be it. Dear Bob, MFK, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Janet Reno. Don't wait for the translation. Answer the question. No, it's K everybody. I'm sorry. I don't play those games. Dear Bob, Meatwad was banned for calling me a D-head. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. I get it. Dear Bob, I have enough money to buy remastered TOS 1-3 box set on Blu-ray or remastered TNG complete set on Blu-ray. Which one do you recommend I get? The TNG set should be more expensive. It's over twice the number of episodes. I don't know what the usual price is, but I'd imagine if they're both the same price, the TNG set is on a bigger sale. So I would go with the TNG set now and save the TOS for later. But I mean, overall, personally, I'd rather the TOS set. Because the TOS set, you've got 3 really good seasons of episodes. Whereas the TNG set, you've got 4 really good seasons of episodes and 3 seasons. 1 season that's like really terrible. A 2nd season that's barely any better. A 3rd season that's so-so. But hey, it's really up to you. I mean, honestly, just keep saving it and end up with both. Rockstar says TNG is the better series and more content. Of course you would say that. Professor Brainy Specs says, I think the Random Menace is making stuff up again. What did he say? Troubles with Edward? No. Trouble with Edward is terrible. Microphone fell. Okay, well, I believe we've reached the end of the Dear Bops, so let's go back to the main screen. Pat S. says, as someone who doesn't have a dog in the fight, explain to me, how does a lawyer not ask for a mistrial when a sitting congresswoman comes in and demands a conviction or there will be more riots? Well, I would guess they would wait to see what the verdict really is. And just ask for the mistrial if the verdict comes in against them. It's possible the lawyer really thinks that they had a pretty slam dunk defense case. And again, I would have to agree, seeing the evidence I saw, if I truly believed everyone was being impartial, I think that they have a lock on reasonable doubt. I think they do. So if I honestly believed everyone could be impartial, then I'd be feeling pretty good if I was the defendant right now. That said, in the real world, do I think everybody's going to be impartial? No, I highly doubt they're going to be impartial. So yeah, just wait for it to come back guilty and then use it as a as a means for a mistrial or a retrial or whatever, and you see what happens. What's that called? Because it's going to be, man, the brain is not working today. Not plea bargained, appealed. It's going to be appealed. So you have a great reason for appeal. Carlos says, so Joe likes that season. I don't know what season we're talking about. Thomas's Bird of Prey is the lawyer's job to get people off no matter what they actually believe. It's the lawyer's job to see that the truth is revealed and the truth comes out. For a defense attorney, it is their job to make sure that the defendant gets the best possible defense. And you're not allowed to come in and say, I think my own client is guilty. But it's not necessarily their job to get their client off. And it's certainly not the prosecutor's job to convict somebody who isn't guilty, although they think it is. And that's one of the shittiest things about our justice system, is that prosecutors, not Ryan Johnson has become a member. He's become a member. He's renewed his membership now for 7 months in a row as a friend of Caroga. Thank you, not Ryan Johnson. Qapla. Big Blue. Yeah, it's one of the shittiest things about our justice system, is that prosecutors get judged by their number of convictions. Defense attorneys get judged by the number of people they get off, and the actual truth just gets lost. It's shitty. So even if you've got a prosecutor who wants to do, they're looking out for their job. They want to be the best prosecutor possible. And in the course of their job, they find out that the defendant is actually not guilty. Very, very, very few of them are going to have the cojones to say, Your Honor, drop the charges. I just learned something and they are not guilty, because it would be terrible for their career. They would never advance. They would never get picked to advance in their career. And that's sad. Those people should be all the more entrusted, that you could entrust them with finding the truth, not with convicting people. Sci-Fi Nations is great stream as always, bud. Please feel better soon. Probably going to stream some more Star Trek Online in a bit. Live long and alpaca, everyone. And as always, hail Caroga. Hail Caroga, Sci-Fi Nation. And thank you all. Thank you for coming. Yes, I apologize. You guys have been so awesome today and so generous. I feel terrible, but you could see I am not at peak bird strength, so I am going to call it a night here. So 10 o'clock tonight, Life with Matthew is doing his live virtual pub. I imagine there will be people on in between, including Sci-Fi Nation at some point. So check out who's around. And tomorrow I hope to stream sometime in the afternoon after I've gotten the shot, and probably be an open lines stream. and I will keep everybody updated with how I'm doing. Professor Brainy Speck says, do not feel terrible, please. I hope not. Right now, I don't feel terrible. I'm tired and honestly burpy. So I know that doesn't translate well to me burping into the microphone for the next half hour. Carlo Albanese, thank you so much with a £5 super chat. Hail Caroga, hail Caroga, hail to you, Carlo Albanese. Greatly appreciated. So with that, guys, thank you all so much. Have a great evening. Hail Caroga. And I hopefully will see you tomorrow, feeling better and halfway vaccinated man. Oh, and Sci-Fi Nation with another $2 super chat says, hail Caroga, hail Caroga. Okay, Sci-Fi Nation. Thank you. With that, I guess we're going to end on, instead of the usual, wait, I don't know what that is. Is this Caroga the Brave? Or Bed Life? Bed Life. We're going to end on Bed Life.
Bed Life.
Bed Life.
It's a stream by Bird of Prey.
By me.
Gained a bunch of subs in April. Lost them in May. But I know those numbers are gonna zoom. When I'm on Nerdrotic's channel this June. I said Bed Life. Bed Life. And as stupid as it may seem, some people get their kicks downvoting the stream. But I won't ever let it get me down. 'Cause this crazy old bird keeps sticking around.
Guys, please check out Insomniac.
I've been a bully, a
at 12 a.m. Central Time with Jedi Bill.
And a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south. And I've seen a few things. But now I find myself stuck in this bed. So I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed Life. I tell you, I won't deny it. I thought of quitting YouTube, but Caroga say don't even try it. I gotta keep refuting those anti-trekker lies and turd-a-steady turds and fake orphan cries. I've been a bully, a brawler, a mirror, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east, west, north, and south, and I've seen a few things. But now I find myself stuck in this bed. So I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed Life, Bed Life, and I can't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting YouTube, but my Caroga said don't even try it. But if there's no play button by next July, I'm gonna lay myself down on this old bed and cry.
Thank you, Professor Brainy Specs, with a $2 super chat. Hail Caro wow. Hail Caro Constantine. Constantini? Son of a bitch. Caro. Let's separate those two worlds. Caro Constantine? I have no idea. Google is giving me images for this. Looks like some type of herpes cream or something. Or athlete's foot cream. Canistine. I don't know. I don't know what that is, Professor. You wanna fix that? Carlo Albanese says, thanks, Bird of Prey, and everyone. Canistan. What, like Canada? Do you mean Trash Canistan? Oh, Caroga plus Canistan without the trash. No, we did not merge with Trash Canistan, Professor, but understood. Caro Cash Kiss. Okay, I get it now. I thought it was MomOPrey got it apparently when I was reading it. So good show. Good show. Thank you all. Thank you, Professor. Qapla all. Bird out.